Welcome to everybody to another edition of Cho Thoughts. I am Paulie C, aka the Big Cho. That right there is my man Big E. And we are back for another fun-filled week of fuckery. So I'm not even gonna get into my weekend yet. I'm gonna tell you about the fucking dude I saw junkie nodding at one of the clients I went to today. That's the
Oh,
first thing I want to discuss. Um, so this morning, 7:26 this morning, I'm at a spot in Northside. I can't disclose, of course, because of my job. But uh it's a like a pathways or like it's for people that have addictions. Like they go, it's like a rehab place. They go get their pills for the day, they Narcan. It's very awkward in a sense. But so you go in, and every time I go in, the guard meets me and then we walk through. Okay. It happens all every Tuesday. Well, today I was going to walk and there was a guy in between like the door and then the door going in. And he's there and he's standing like sideways and he got his pants almost down to his fucking like top of his fucking legs. And he's sitting there doing this. Now, it's 7:30 in the morning. So I was thinking maybe my man's just tired, but then I was like, I forgot where I was. And then I seen him do the fucking zombie stand where it's like he's up and then all of a sudden he did the lean back, lean in, lean. He's getting real close to me in the bin. So I'm like trying to go around him and the guard sees me and he was like, "Oh, my man, I got you. I'll meet you over there." And I was like, "Hey,
mm.
anybody want to get this guy here?" And he's like, "Oh, that happens all the time." Sorry, what? I
Every
hear
day,
I
right?
didn't know that like so the guard's walking me around and like we're bullshitting and I was like, "So, hey, you said this happens all the time. Like, what do you mean?" He's like, "Bro, that is the he's like, that's the most simplest case." He's like, "You ever have junkies fight in the parking lot because one took somebody's medicine or whatever?" And I was like, "I ain't seen that yet." He's like, "Did you ever see them fight outside about a cigarette?" I was like, "Seen that." I was like, it's almost like a junkie convention.
Yeah.
And what's sad is it's like the dark underbelly of like society is when you're walking back to the truck or wherever, they literally are standing outside the gate like the Walking Dead. Like, hey man, I could really no. It's always like, can I get a ride somewhere? They'll come in the truck. Like they don't fucking care.
Hey, I'll suck your dick for some crack.
I've kind of saw something like that before. Like where this chick
Look,
pulls up.
everybody's heard of Coachella. You experienced Junkella.
Yeah, hands
That's where
down.
all the junkies be going.
Hands down. The worst part is like as you go through, you have to go through the one spot where they get all their, I guess, their medicine to keep them clean or whatever, keep them on an even keel. And the guy will yell out, be like, "Hey, it's shredded," and all of a sudden you'll hear like junkies going, "Yeah, shredded, it's shredded." I'm like, it's a very awkward feeling. Like it's
Yeah.
just, you know. Then the one dude like was trying to like lean on my bin, and I'm like, "Bro, like get off me, like get out of here." But like I was saying, so we had that dude fucking passed out pretty much, right? And then I'm leaving to go to the truck, and so it was so north side. So there's like a postal truck here, like a sedan, probably like a, I don't know, like an Elantra or some shit like that. And then another mail truck. And then there's this chick in true fucking junkie horror fashion, got her hands up like this in the window. and you hear, "Hey, sugar bear." I was like, damn, she really gonna suck his dick, like, bro. And then I got in the truck and I fill out my paperwork and I look up. Here she comes, just like Grand Theft fucking Auto, bro. Does a little rope around, gets in the fucking passenger seat. I was like, bro, I don't want to come here no more. Like, it was just an awkward feeling. And I pulled away. I called my boss. I was like, dude, don't send me there no more. He was like, why? What was going on? And I was like, bro, I never felt so uncomfortable in my life. Like, it's just, it's a sad, like a sad reality to look at, you know. But in the same sense, it's like some people made their choice to be there.
Yeah, that's why
Yeah,
I'd have fun with it. I'd make it the best part of my fucking day.
bro, you had to see the guard strapped. The guard strapped with like a gun, a taser gun, and I was like, does it get that serious? He was like, bro, it'll get that serious here.
I'm like, hey, let me hold one. What you got? Which one you willing to let me hold?
Right? I wanted to be like, cause like he goes up, we go up on the elevator, second floor, and that's when I like handing paperwork and bullshit. And I want to be like, yo, you ever stun anybody? He was like, oh yeah, I've stunned a couple people. I was like, you ever shoot somebody? He's like, no, it's got close. Where it's like you have to pull it out and be like, back up, get off, get out of here. And I'm like, has that happened recently? I don't know if I can be here when that happens. But yeah, I saw that today and I was like, it made me again the list of Jericho is like, you know what happens when the junkie nods off and some bitch is trying to get fucking a dude's dick sucked? You just made the pod.
Yeah,
So congratulations, people that fucking stopped. Um, yeah, I just mm-mm, mm-mm. Uh-uh. Um, I mean, my weekend for the most part was cool. Um, went and saw my other bestie Jamie and met her son on Saturday. That was fun. It was cool to see new parents and then how fragile they are.
hmm,
And like we're like seasoned fucking vets over here.
yeah,
But, you know, then you get called like the baby whisperer, and it's like, no, just it's not just my kid. I've held a lot of little kids in my time since I was like 13, 14. So,
yeah.
and poor Adam, he's like just again just trying to figure it out. And I told him like it'll come, it'll come. You just got to find the groove with your child or a baby. And he probably hasn't held that many babies in his time. So,
That
uh,
man, he probably. I can picture him holding that kid like he's trying to defuse a bomb.
it, he he's doing it right, except like I've told you, when he tries to bounce that baby, you can tell he is a white man in that body for sure. Because when he don't dip, you dip, we dip. He just is like, and I'm like, yeah, you gotta have some like some rhythm with it, you know, feel this way. Nah, it just doesn't happen.
That happens at work. Like if I'm dealing with patients at work, I've told you plenty of times. Like I've had moms just randomly hand me kids, and then other people that be around, like whether it be like another coworker or somebody else that's with the patient, they'd be like, "Oh, you're a natural," and I'm like, "Been there, done that." Like
Yeah, it
it's just
really
it is what
is.
it is. Like that was like I was like early when I first started with this place with this clinic, and I called this mom over. I was helping her check in her two. She had twins, little ones, and I just looked at her. She looked at me, and I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be tricky. She was like, yeah, it is. And she just saw me standing there with a clipboard and paperwork, like this needs filled out, but you're holding two kids, no stroller, bro, like nothing. She's just holding two kids, and I'm like, I need you to fill this out. And she was like, okay. She just hands me the one kid over the counter, just hands it to me. All right, I'll take the kid, I'll hold it. My supervisor, my boss, was sitting next to me, and she goes, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm good. I mean, I was like, I'm not in trouble for holding the baby, am I? She was like, No, like it was just she like kind of whispered. She's like, I wasn't expecting her to hand you a kid. I was like, neither was I, but whatever. I mean, we need her to fill out the paperwork. What am I gonna
Yeah,
do?
right. But then, like, here's what I don't get: if if a parent's coming there, you got two kids, and you know you're gonna end up filling out some kind of form, regardless.
Yeah,
Have a stroller.
bro, we
Not
see it.
just here's my kid. See ya.
We see it all the time, and again, we were just kind of talking about this a little bit the other day. Like, it's these new parents, this young generation of new parents, and the thing is we all know that we say young parents, and they're getting younger by the fucking day. But I would probably say like it's like the early 20s crowd, like I would 23 tops, like that early of generation, like they so unprepared. Like I remember like when we were younger, and I think this is probably how we were raised that way, so this is why we do it. Like we would witness our mom, mainly our mothers. All right, we got to go out, no matter where it was, doctor's appointment somewhere. All right, we got the stroller. Like they packing like we going on a vacation just to
Yeah,
go run an errand. And I know that's the way I like. All right, do we have everything? Do we need what? Would let's go. But then this new generation, it's just that I feel like it's like just their lack of effort.
I think it's more or less a lack of responsibility. They're just like, fuck
Yeah.
it, we'll just get
Well,
through
it's
it.
the same thing with them with like not wanting to work, and you know what I mean. Like there's just so much laziness with this newer generation that's coming up, and it's just like it's showing in their parenting too. Like my mom and sisters were just talking about. My sister posted this video in our little family chat. This mom, she was a little older, like probably mid 20s to 30. She posted this video like, "Oh, it was so great to have a babysitter today." Bro, she hired a babysitter so that she could get shit done. And I'm like, "Okay, let me watch this through. I want to see what she gets done with a babysitter." Bro, she folded some laundry, made her bed, painted her nails. Oh, I'm sorry. Took off fake nails, put on new fake nails. Made a fucking bowl of ice cream and climbed into the bed that she just made and watched some fucking episodes of some reality show. That's what she hired a babysitter for.
So instead of using a babysitter for what a fucking babysitter should be used for,
Like I get it. Like I understand people have nannies and this and that, like that. You know what I mean? Like I have a family member that makes a living off of that. Like you know what I mean? Like she's a personal nanny for people. But it's like I feel like when you're hiring a babysitter or a nanny, whatever you want to title them, like yeah, it's so that you can like go out, like go to work, go where, like not. I need somebody to watch my kids so I can sit and eat a bowl of ice cream and fucking watch them catch up on my shows.
it's the premises of getting shit done.
Yeah, but she
Yeah.
justified it because she folded some laundry, made her bed, and changed. She considered flopping out the fake nails for.
Meanwhile, she could have got all this done whenever the
Oh,
kid
and she's
takes a
there.
nap.
She said in the video, because I normally can't get my hair done like she straightened it and like the whole blow job.
I don't know what the hell just happened, but you see how fucking frozen he got real quick? He froze the fuck up.
She,
You did. You
she
just
did.
froze the fuck up real quick. I was like, all
I
right.
don't know.
Look,
She did it. She did this, dude. She said it took her 15 minutes to hair.
I can't. I'm gonna piss myself. It was like, sorry, re-roll it. I was like, you were buffering hardcore. Okay.
Told you it was a day. Day two of being back to work is a day.
Okay. I'm sorry.
See that
Continue.
right there? See that right there? The UPMC.
Great. Now you're gonna get us fucking canceled by UPMC.
They ain't sponsoring us.
Yeah. Well, I don't want anybody knowing about anybody from UPMC knowing.
That's fine.
Catch my
But
drift.
but I mean, this chick, I was like, what the fuck? Like just pure lazy. Like
No, I
Lazy.
agree. Like having a babysitter, like, okay, we would have a babysitter, and a babysitter was like, okay, date nights, nights out, whatever.
Yeah.
And of course, like at the time, yes, there was two of us, but I also understand, you know, reverting back to Jamie and Adam, like they're looking at daycares because she's gonna have to go back to work. He obviously works too. Um, and right now he's working while she's of course on leave, but they're looking into like what happens next.
And I
But
get it. Like I said, I understand there are people that need those types of services. Again, a daycare, a babysitter, a nanny, whatever. But like you said though, it's so that Jamie can go back to work.
right, there's
She's
a
not
sole purpose.
hiring
It's something
somebody
big.
so she could sit and eat a fucking bowl of fruity tooty
Yeah,
and
after she
watch
just made the bed.
some bum bachelor.
You know what I mean? I mean, I would sit there and watch the Bum Bachelor.
I'm gonna make my kids sit and watch it with me. I want them to be educated.
Right? I'd be like, yeah, I just want to let you know we made that show. Just
Yeah,
saying,
exactly.
we made that
See
fucking
all
show.
this? See all this? That paid for that right there.
That's right. But like, I don't know. Like, my thing is this: is kind of as a single parent, like even even if he was younger when all this went down, like younger, like
Hmm.
5, 6, you know, you take the time they're down or they're occupied to get that shit done. Like fold the laundry, make that bed. Fuck, you could have ice cream with him. Like, or her. Like,
It blows my mind.
I think it was a waste of a care.com thing, but hey, they probably got paid for this shit, so
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
Like, and I mean, how awkward do you feel? Like, I don't know. Again, I guess this is these people's jobs, but like, if that was me, and they're like, "Oh, I hired you to be a babysitter. Okay, I'm gonna come watch your kids for you, but I'm gonna watch your kids while you're still in the house."
Yeah. Unless you have the categorization of like a stay-at-home nanny. Cool.
But again, like, if you have a stay-at-home nanny, there's, I'm assuming, some severe reason, not severe, but some high profile reason why you have that fucking person there,
Yeah, or you're spoiled fucking rotten rich. But
or you're Angelina Jolie because she got 5,000 kids,
yeah, I mean, I get if there's some circumstance.
or
Like,
the Octo Mom.
yeah. But like if you have a certain reason and you have like a billion kids and it's hard and you're doing it on your own, fine. I get it.
Yeah.
But if you have one or two kids at the most, fuck three. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not being rude, but
Again,
that's
I think again too, like, we look at it different because of the way we were raised. Like, we watched our parents do it. Like, both
right.
of our moms had a single parent moment. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so it's like we, especially with like me and you, we were the oldest out of our siblings and stuff. Like, we were there. We were old enough and realized what was going on. So it was like, we're like, oh, okay, that's how you do shit. And then when we became parents, we're like, revert back. Okay, what did mom do? What did I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't.
And I still abide but to that to this day. Like like I said, special needs or not, like I make sure that before I leave here and if we are gone, like if we're gone longer than 3 hours, maybe tops. I have that fucking bag with everything I need to keep him content to the most part.
Yeah,
Unless we're like going somewhere entertaining, like an
yeah,
amusement park, etc. But then I do that too. Like if I'll pack for that, I'll have like a change of clothes. I have this. Like that's again how we were raised. Like I am ready for anything to fucking happens. And I feel more at peace being prepared than unprepared
yeah,
because I will give his mother, credit where credit is due, is she was the one that took kind of care of that, and I would just kind of double check it. Well, she's not here no more, and I'm not there no more. So it's like I don't believe it's cool. Like I'm nothing against it. Like I'm not objecting it, but our significant others can imply like, hey, did you remember this? Did you remember that? That's cool. But me, I'm not speaking for her, but me, I am like on a fucking.
Yeah.
I make sure I have whatever I need, and then Brandy will say like, hey, did you forget or did you get this? Like, yeah, I got it. Like I'm on point pretty much like a fucking javelin. Like I
Yeah.
don't fuck around because I don't know. Like I'm always prepared for whatever. And like I said, I think it's a reflection of how we were raised. Like it's just always go time.
Yeah.
But I just let me hire a babysitter to fucking sit here and just stand over there and watch him. I got to shoot this podcast.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like it's just like I just yeah, I get it, I kind of had a feeling too, like I probably was judging. Speak of the devil, I was judging based off the home that this video was shot in. Like
Oh, I bet.
they had a little cheddar,
Mm,
so this bitch was probably spoiled rotten from the get go.
Bill, excuse me. Hi. The refrigerator's talking. Get out of town.
What is
What
he?
did it say? Got an ice cream sandwich, please. Oh, it said you want an ice cream sandwich, please. Well, I mean, you had dinner, so yeah, go ahead. I fucking love him.
He cracks me up the way he like is so like that man should be a car salesman. Like he will try every fucking possible way to slither some shit.
The best thing is what he just did now, and this is why I love him. Is he took the freezer door and he opened and shut it like he
He
was talking.
actually talked it.
That's
Like
my man
I
right there.
obviously I can't see that, but I'm just like listening to it, and I'm like, okay, I got hey, whatever.
That's my man. Like he was just like, I'd want an ice cream sandwich, please.
And then he's like, how's Dad gonna say no to this one? Watch this, watch
Yeah,
this.
right. I mean, I got him on camera. He's like recording his show. It's fine. And he always catches me when he's here the weeks we shoot, and he
That
catches
was
me. I
like
was
one
like,
of the last episodes. He got you with that gob.
oh my goodness, that gob. So speaking of,
Because you were like,
um,
you already had one. Yeah, but it wasn't enough.
yeah, right. But speaking of, uh, what was that? You guys were here Sunday. I picked him up Sunday, and we came home, and he saw that I had these peanut butter gobs for him or whatever,
Uh-huh.
and it was you felt it. It's warm.
Yeah.
And he went to go grab one, and the shit really was like falling apart in his hand. And I was like, "Hey, why don't you put it in the refrigerator? If it's real hot tomorrow, I'll end up putting it in the air conditioner," which I did. And I said, "You'll have it in the refrigerator, so when you're done eating, cool." Man, I swear we didn't walk 2 feet in this house yesterday, and he's in the refrigerator, like bang. I was like, "Yo, you got to eat dinner." And he was like, "But why?" I was like, "Because like you have to eat dinner to get dessert." And then he was like, "What's from yesterday?" And I was like, No, 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 no. There's no, 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 no. That's not.
I saved my dessert from last night for pre-dessert today.
That's what he was doing. He was doing like a dessert in the bank. He was cashing. He was like, "This gob, please."
I
But
can just make a withdrawal at any point in time during the day.
right. But I told him I was like, "No. Once we're done eating, and he did. He ate dinner, and then I was surprised because I made him like a chicken broccoli Alfredo, and I
Mm,
was worried about him eating like Alfredo sauce because he's really not. Certain sauces like he'll eat spaghetti. You've seen it,
mm.
but Alfredo sauce, I was like, oh shit, let's see. And bro, he put a hurting on that bowl, and I was like, well, guess what? He
Found a
was
new
like,
one.
he was like, I could have. He's like, I could have my cookie. I was like, yeah.
I bet
I
you if
was
there was no
like,
cookie
wow.
involved, he might not have ate it that well.
No, I was gonna say if I didn't have the gob as like just a reassurance, it probably wouldn't have. But it's good to know he ate it. So maybe I'll try like Alfredo sauce with him somewhere.
Yeah.
As he's in my peanut gallery yelling in the background. That's just what he does,
I mean, sometimes you gotta do what you do.
right? It's like it could be worse. You could be buffering like your uncle over here. Hardcore
Sometimes.
buffering. Um, and then like you guys were over on Sunday because you were over there getting your BJ on. So how'd that BJ go?
They
He's
had to.
buffering. I was like, dude, I don't know where you are, but you're buffering so hardcore tonight. It's crazy. Oh, he's got headphones in. Oh, we're good now. He got headphones.
Oh, he found it.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, no, it was all right. I mean,
So it's
it's
just
a
like a
store.
Sam's Club or Costco.
Yeah, yeah.
He doesn't realize how loud he is with them on.
Oh, yeah.
And then like yesterday, prime example. So the spare room's almost done, and he was in there playing like some kind of like 501 game or whatever, and he had his headphones in, playing music on his iPad, and he's so loud, like he doesn't realize how loud he is. So I popped in on him and I was like, "Hey," I can hear me. So
Mm.
I was like, and he's like, "What?" Like so loud still. I was like, you gotta turn that down. He's like, okay.
Still yelling. Jane does that sometimes. Because these kids nowadays, they live with headphones in. Um, and she'll walk around like listening to her stuff or doing whatever. And you try and talk to her, and she'll respond to. She only leaves one in, so she'll still respond to you and stuff. But same thing, like sometimes she doesn't realize how loud she's being because it's that whole they think they got to yell over the music.
Yeah, right. And
So
I
it's
get
like,
him with it
wait,
all the time.
I'm
Like
like,
I
why is
asked
she
him,
yelling at me? And she's like, I got the headphone in. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, I thought you was angry. Like, what's going on?
I asked him yesterday. I said, hey, you gonna put dishes away? And he was like, I was like, damn. He was like, and he's like, what? I was like, are you gonna put the dish away? He was like, give me a minute. Boom. I was like, no, I need you to put the dishes away.
Yeah.
Ah. And then next thing you know, I watched my studio headphones go down. And he's like, I wanted to tell him, like, if you had your phone in your pocket, you could have just
Took them with you.
took them with you, like, did your thing. But then I would lose him because nothing would get done because I tried to say something and he wouldn't hear me. So, but I mean, I don't know. I do find it entertaining that, you know, he's in his own world and he loves it. Plus, it's like I said, it's them like noise canceling headphones from when we were shooting the audio of the podcast. So they're real perfect for him. Like they're real. He obviously can't hear. Like so. I mean, it's nice when he doesn't use them. I use them for the PlayStation. So, and,
Yeah, yeah.
bro, you can't hear shit. Like you can't. Um, but yeah. Uh, so you guys were here on Sunday. You did your little BJ thing, and
Hmm.
then after you guys left, um, I found out that the neighbor, she wants me and my dad to put up skirting. So talk to my father. My father's like, hey, when I get a chance, when I get a minute, I'll do it. Can you hear me? Yes. See? Okay. Too loud. Can you take that in there? Okay. Thank you, buddy. Don't eat that ice cream sandwich so fast. Okay. So I was like, sorry, people, if you're like, oh my God, what happened? Okay. I have bigger priorities. Okay. It's my kid over this fucking podcast. So she wants us to hang up skirting. 6 screws. We're done. So she was texting me on Sunday night after we came home. And she wants me and my dad to give her a price for 2 pieces of skirting, like to hang it up. And she's like, whatever it costs, I'll pay for it. I'm like, skirting costs $20, like if that. So I told my dad, and of course my dad's like, tell her $500. Like, dude, like I was like, you know, if I didn't kind of like the lady, like she's a nice lady, but she's a nebby. But I'm not gonna rip her off. She's already been ripped off countless times by people.
Yeah.
So there's no point in even ripping her off. I was about to just say a hundo and call it a day. Be like nice about it.
Yeah.
You know, at least $40 for the 2 pieces, $60 for quote unquote labor.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then she's asking me about furniture and all. Like it was just I just thought for a minute, like all I thought was Akon's lonely started popping in my head. I was like, are you just lonely? Because like she seriously just keep messaging me, and I'm just like, there's plenty of other
Fishing
gentlemen
machine.
around. Like there's gentlemen around to like do your stuff.
You got Hillbilly Jack down there at the end of the block,
I'm telling you, and he was just down there again today, and we got home from work and school.
digging holes, burying bodies.
I don't know what the fuck he's doing down there, man. I'm gonna have to do some investigation and get back to the people on the
Dude, you're gonna
podcast.
see a fucking geyser coming from the ground because this motherfucker hit a fucking water line.
Yeah, dude, and then we'll be out of fucking water like we used to be.
He'll be swinging that pickaxe all crazy.
Right. Believe me, I'm ready. I'm ready. I saw one of his here's one. One of his buddies today laid that couch flat that they put out for trash.
Yeah.
He's fucking chilling on it, taking a siesta. I was like, dude, there's no cushions. Like there's nothing. I was like, bro, you lucky you young. I was like, me, my back would be hurting for like fucking 3 months.
Yeah.
Like, bro. I was driving up there, saw him there, Hillbilly Jack doing his fucking thing. And then I come down and was turning around. And then the neighbor down the street, they're flying coming around the corner there. I don't know what's the purpose of flying in a trailer court. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
And then I'm looking at them and I like beep and I'm like, what the fuck? And they're like, they saw it was me or whatever. And they're like, put the window down. Like, oh, I'm sorry, Paul. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't even know their name. They
Yeah.
knew mine, though. So,
They're reading your mail.
no, I'm the fucking godfather of the trailer court still.
Oh.
Yeah, because I stood up to the fucking property company. So, I don't know. The only thing is, I stood up to the property company wasn't having their shit because they're shit property management. So I called them out on the bullshit. And of course, the neighbor's going to start weed whacking as I'm fucking shooting a podcast. It's a shit day to shoot this podcast today. Like, oh my God. Well, after you guys left and I opened the windows up and got some breeze going through here, uh, the fucking neighbor's air conditioner is so loud.
Uh,
Like their central air. And I was sitting there trying to, we were going to start watching Knuckles. And I was like, ain't no point. I got to have the volume on like 67.
yeah.
Because all I keep hearing is like so loud. It was ridiculously loud. So I was like, fuck it. Just because I'll play a game or something. I'm not going to try to concentrate on the show.
Yeah.
So then when we got in here yesterday, I was like, no, no. Mm-mm. I was telling you and your wife, like it's one side of the trailer it hits and then it goes over to the other side of the trailer.
Yeah.
So when we walked in yesterday and I had all 5 windows open. And when I looked at the thermostat, it said 93. And I was like, fuck no. Like, And I had the door open with the window. I had a nice breeze. Like, after you guys left, I had a nice circulating breeze coming through this trailer. And I guess it was just how it's hitting that metal on the trailer, just
Yeah.
hooking. So I was like, So I my dad gave me a new air conditioner. Because the one that was here is cool. It's just, it was really loud. You know what I mean? Like, you could tell it's beat.
Yeah.
So I put my dad's one in. It's an air conditioner. You know what I mean? It's a little loud. But I was also looking at like the size of it, and I could put that in another room and put that old air conditioner back in the living room for the summer. So it was good to know, like, properly trying to fit that one in. So
Yeah.
because it was fucking hot, and now I'm like, it's only going to get worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a bit warm.
Yeah. Like when they get a shower, and I'm literally sitting here yesterday. I got a shower and I started making dinner and I felt sweat rolling down me 15 minutes after fucking shower. And I was like,
Yeah.
not happening. But then then you have today where it's like nice and then it's rainy and it's kind of chilly. And I was like, what the fuck is happening? Like,
It's gonna be like 80 something the next 2 days.
yeah, fuck. I don't know. I feel bad for him tomorrow because if it's going to be like 80 something degrees, he's going to be dead at that fucking track meet tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I'm taking like 2 Gatorades for
You better have a
him.
Gatorade in each pocket.
Yeah, so it's fucking short. Oh dear God. Oh man. I was like, I did. Oh no, I didn't put it on here. What happened to him last week? Right?
The
Yeah, about his
uh,
So he last week, instead of him having a Gatorade in his pocket, he had sweet tarts in his pockets. So as he was running, he was still had his hands in his pocket or trying to get in his pocket to get sweet tarts. So again, unfocused. So I told him tomorrow at the meet at Highlands High School, he will have nothing in his pockets. He will have the Gatorades on standby, and I showed him how to like throw a javelin, like not
yeah.
just
Huh.
not just not give a fuck. But I was like, I want him to like, and I was showing him, and I had him outside the trailer the other day, just throwing it, and it's better. So I mean, I can't be upset. The kids are 2-0. Tomorrow's their last meet. I don't know if they do playoffs or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I'm excited. Like he's gotten better. He placed last in his 100-meter dash, but it's just him having fun. That's all that matters to me. He's enjoying
Yeah.
himself, and he's enjoying it with the kids, and he's having a great time. I'm recording this show. Do you mind if you take that in the spare room, please? Just for like another hour, okay? Please be very quiet. You don't have to be very quiet there. You could be yourself in another room. Don't worry, the spare room's gonna end up being like the studio when I'm all done. Okay? Don't anybody say anything, okay? I got a fucking parent. I don't want to fucking hear it. Thank you.
Come on, bro.
He'll cut you.
I'll fight him.
Usually he'll know, he'll see everything up, and then he'll like stay in the spare room. But it's that ice cream sandwich, bro.
What do you think? What do you think? He's gonna go get his fucking cousin Mason like fucking Solo went and got Tonga?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, he's the new fucking tribal chief. So yeah, and as far as people are like, hey, how is like not vaping going? It's not. It's not. So my mother's birthday was 2 days ago, and the rule was to quit both of us by then. And I talked to her this morning, and I literally saw her light a cigarette, and I was like, "Well, cool. I can at least hit my vape pen. It's dying for at least another couple of days. Everyone okay? Everybody's fine. So she's still doing hers, but mine's slowly going away. So people that have asked, I'm doing okay. It's just I can see why people hate everybody when they're trying to quit smoking.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely happens. And it's to the point where uh, I had a coworker. As soon as he went to say something, like it was, bro, it was so subtle, like good morning. But he's one of those obnoxious guys that's like it's a subtle, like good morning. You believe in motherfuckers, blah blah blah. Like you know what I mean? Wants to
Yeah.
bitch and moan and complain afterwards. And as soon as he was like, good morning, I literally walked away. I had to walk away because I was like so irritable with him. And it was just, I think it was just like the withdrawal and all that. But it was just on top of that, I couldn't stand the fucking dude.
Yeah.
So I was like, I was calling it like the ticking offense where I'm like, tick, 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 tick. Like all I thought of was like Bill Burr when he's talking about the women nagging. Like
Hmm.
that's all I thought about, dude. I just couldn't do it. So yes, I was like, I'm still vaping, but it's not as crazy. So I'm trying. I am. I'm really trying because I mean, just don't want to keep doing it. I'll be like 60 years old still vaping, or I might possibly be dying. I'm not dying.
You're gonna die.
No, dude. What are you doing? Nothing. Okay, well, oh, could you send it to me? You want me to send the podcast to you? Yes. Yes. On your phone? Yeah. You sure? Mm-hmm. That's a lot of podcasts. Yep. You you just want to pop your head in here? Yes. And say hi? Yep. Go ahead. Come on. Hey.
What's up, buddy?
I don't know.
You don't know. Did you eat your ice cream sandwich?
Yes. Get
All right.
ready. Get ready because you have to get ready for bed soon. You have a track meet tomorrow. I think he's been itching to like pop his head into the view of the camera. It's he's a trip. He's been doing that a lot lately. He's been like sending me texts, and some of them don't make no sense. But he's trying. But like he'll send me pictures and stuff now, and I'll go like, like what's all this? And he'll say, "Oh, I need you to print this out." It's like I when did I become like when did you become my boss? Like, I need 6 copies of this in red, 6 copies of this in yellow. And what he does is I print him out these like characters and stuff like that. And again, this is X being creative, is he'll cut them out and he
Yeah.
sticks them on like straws and he makes puppets.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that's when your time is expired. Once your time's expired on your devices, he'll make up his own little puppet shows and shit like that.
Yeah, because he's brought them here a couple times when he's come over.
Right? But yeah, I think he was doing something with them. I guess he was talking to his mom yesterday, and of course, his mother's birthday is yesterday. It's always the day after my mother's. So he was sitting there like creating things and just being himself. The next thing you know, he's talking to her, like pulls up one, starts talking like his one, pulls up another one. I was like, hey, at least he's talking to you.
Yeah.
Could be worse. I haven't watched any sports. I don't care. All I heard was the Lakers suck. They're imploding. And as a Lakers fan, I'm like, I don't really care no more. Um, I've caught NHL playoffs here and there.
Bro,
Uh,
playoffs right now. Like I don't do NBA, so I can't comment on that. Like, you know me, like I dabble in the college basketball world, but pro basketball, I don't know shit.
they really
Um,
lost me at that in-game tournament thing. Like
yeah,
that
I don't
makes no sense.
I don't know. But the NHL playoffs, like, because I mean, hockey's my sport. Like, hockey's that sport for me. Like, everybody, I think, kind of has this. Like, I think every guy will agree. Football, you don't care who's playing, you'll watch a game for the
Yeah,
most for the most part.
yeah,
I'm that way with hockey. I don't care who's playing, I'll watch a game. So, and I definitely watch during the playoffs because that's when you get your best hockey. And it has been, I think this is one of the best postseasons. And we're only in the first round. We didn't even get to round two,
yeah.
three, finals. Like we still got ways to go. And it's been like the other night, I was watching the Vancouver Nashville game the other night, and I was talking to Mike. I'm like, bro, I was like, I'm changing. This game's over. It was like 3-1. Nashville was winning. He goes, that was the worst thing you could ever have done. And I was like, why? He was like, you shut it off, and it's now tied. There's
You
eight.
see how that happens?
He's
Like
like
it's just weird.
8 seconds left in the game, and they tied it, and then they went and won in overtime.
Right.
Vancouver came back and won. I was like, motherfucker. And then the other night I watched a game. Oh, last night I watched Tampa Bay and Florida last night. That game was it turned out to end up being like a blowout, but it as far as the pace of the game, I mean they were fucking trucking the goalies. Like it was like
Oh
a
yeah.
semi hitting a fucking car stuck on the tracks. Like they were they were killing goalies on both ends. And there was a couple scraps. The game the other night too. I think again it might have been the Vancouver Nashville game. I could be wrong on this. In the first period, two dudes got fucking taken out by pucks. One busted his face open, and the other one, I think, hit him in the throat. I don't like. There was bodies on the floor. I was like, damn. Like
It's
they're
playoff
just. It's
hockey,
been
baby.
it's been entertaining. Like it's been fun to watch. So I mean, there's 4 games on tonight. If anybody's interested, I'll give you the update. You got 4 games on tonight. All the games are 3-1, so we can see 4 teams eliminated tonight by the time midnight hits.
Yeah. I just want one to be eliminated right now.
Which one?
Winnipeg.
That's one. That's the game. That's on tonight. That's the game on ESPN. It's on
Yeah.
at 10, I think. The first game is Boston and Toronto. Boston could move on if they win. Colorado could move on if they win.
Yeah, like I can't watch my boys because they're in like it's like 10 o'clock. They're over there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's like, ugh, damn.
Carolina can beat. They play their Islanders. If they win, they move on. And then I think Vancouver and Nashville play again. I think if Vancouver wins, they move on.
Yeah, I was debating before we were doing the podcast. I was like, I could either wear my Canucks hat, and then I was like, no, that'll jinx them. Then I was gonna like, oh, I'll wear like my Colorado Rockies Avalanche hat,
Yeah.
and I was like, like no, 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 no,
I was
no.
gonna I was gonna do Vancouver. They were kind of like one of my picks for the West, just because Winnipeg's like, you know, since they've come back, they were a team, weren't a team, but haven't done much in the league. They're actually like they're at a good squad this year. So, maybe I'll put them. Like I don't want to root for the under, but I always root for, like that odd team that like no one expects to win or
Yeah.
whatever. Team that hasn't really won it in a while, because just like anywhere, you get tired of the same teams all winning. So I wanted to root for the team. So it was them. I don't know. I guess maybe Florida.
No, it's just you keep coming in robotic at certain times. It's just I don't know what it is. It's just like
I
a
don't. 'Cause I
fraction of
don't
it.
see on my end.
I was like, yeah, I don't know what it is, but hey, you might not. I don't know. Maybe they'll see it, like, or
Maybe
if
it's
they don't
you.
see it, maybe it's just that's it. Cancel the show. Wrap it up. No,
All right. I'll shut it off. No.
no, it was like that's been fun. No, but like I don't know. Like I thought like Colorado and Winnipeg would be like more. You know what I mean?
I mean they've been good games. I mean I didn't think that it would like I thought it'd be closer. Like I expected them to go 6 or 7 games possibly.
Yeah.
Like I thought it would be close. I didn't expect Colorado to again to to take them out in 5 games. But I mean, you have that. I mean, there's only been one sweep this playoff year, and that was the Rangers. They swept the Capitals.
Well,
Bro, and listen to this. I found this out today. And this was not a joke. Like this was a serious conversation. So they were talking about Washington being eliminated. And they said, what does this team need to do to get better, like come back next year and possibly try to get the cup? And they were like, well, Ovechkin needs to get his ass out of the recliner and play like he was held to like 0 points this round of the playoffs. Yeah, he didn't even help on an assist.
that's
Nothing.
shocking.
And they said that he's getting old and lazy.
No, it just needs fun.
But listen to this. This is what baffled my mind. They give him the Gatorade squirty bottle. Okay. There's not Gatorade in it. There's not water in it. He dumps it out, whatever they give him, Gatorade or water. He dumps it out and he fills it with Pepsi. He's drinking Pepsi during the game.
Why the fuck would he drink carbonated fucking soda? Like,
I don't know.
Like, why?
And they said his pregame snacks are getting a little unhealthy. like
Maybe my man just had enough.
he's, I mean, he's played. I don't even know. You figure him and Sid came into the league the same year. I mean, he's 30 something years old, which in hockey years is old.
Right.
But it's just yeah, he's just like
Maybe just out of fucks. Maybe.
I watched the game the other night, the night they were eliminated, and I'm like, I mean, we all know Ovechkin, he sits in that circle and he waits for one timers. That's his thing. He shoots
That
from.
is his thing.
They call it his office. He shoots from the office. But I'm like, I feel like he's getting even late. He's not even hot. Sid, Crosby. Like I said, they came in the same year. Sid's still hustling up and down the ice, taking breakaways, making fabulous shots, and doing shit, laying on his back.
And
Ovechkin's just
Ovechkin's working from home.
and Ovechkin's just, he's like, all right, boys, I'll stand here. Push me down the ice.
Yep.
They just
tell
push
me
him
when
and let him go.
Shoot.
He's like, I'll just put my stick on the ice and you just bounce it off.
So, would the Pens have played the Rangers?
Yeah, the Pens would have played the Rangers.
Oh, they would have got swept.
The Rangers, well, again, the conversation today is the Capitals just really didn't put up that good of a fight. The Pens might have made it a little bit more interesting. I don't know. The Rangers are a physical, they can be physical, especially with that fucking giant on their team that
Yeah.
just punches dudes like crazy. We don't have any of those guys anymore. So it's I don't know. I mean, I think we probably would have been maybe to outskill them a little bit, but I think it would have been a little. They wouldn't have got swept like the Capitals, but I don't know. I mean, yes, I would want the Pens to go on to the next round, but
Naturally, but I don't think they would have.
which would have been
Especially against the
crazy because then if we would have won, we play the winner of the Islanders Hurricanes game. So it could Gensel would have had to have played against the Sid and the Pens.
I'd have been rocking that fucking Hurricanes hat every game.
That would have been crazy because Boston, like I said, if Boston wins tonight, they move on. So they play the winner of they play, or no, do they not? I don't know.
We'll find out by next week. So
No, you'll find out probably by the end of this week.
probably by the end of.
Because like I said,
today.
by tonight, because there's 4 games tonight that are all elimination games.
Yeah.
Or possible elimination games.
Right.
I don't know. And then there's baseball. We can talk baseball.
I mean, or I could watch paint dry.
Okay. It's still early for me with baseball. I don't mind watching it. I've already gone to a game so far. I went to the Buccos game last week with Mike and and John, and it's like, and I think there's a possibility I might be going again on Saturday. I don't know.
May the fourth be with you.
Oh, bro, listen, I'll tell this story real quick.
Tell
So
it.
we 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 thought, oh, that's a cool concept, Star Wars themed a sporting event. Let's check it out. So this is back when we had our season tickets. Uh, Me, Mike, John, and this is how long ago it was. Mark still lived in PA.
Mm,
So the four of us went to this pirate game. First time I've ever done Star Wars night. That was the dumbest shit that I've ever been to. And I almost got up and turned around and punched a fucking Jedi.
you're starting a lot of fucking trouble over there.
Listen, I got fucking Yoda tattooed on my leg. Like I'm a Star Wars guy. Don't get me wrong.
So what was the problem?
Partially why I was interested. Like, let's see how they do this. That's the first time Major League Baseball was doing it. It was okay. Like the theatrics of it all. Like, you know that because if you're a Pittsburgher and you've been to a Pirate game, they do the pierogi race. Well, mixed in with the pierogies, they had some stormtroopers. They had Darth Vader at the finish line. You know what I mean? Like, but then they also like the graphics on the jumbotron, like the players all like, they put up the picture like, okay, McCutcheon's up at bat. Instead of him holding a bat, he's holding a lightsaber. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
just the way they did the graphics and stuff throughout the the park. It was pretty cool. Well, that part of it was all right. But what bugged us the most was the Star Wars geeks, and I'll say it, and I don't give a shit. Come at me.
Remember,
This
that's him saying it, not me. Don't cancel.
the Star Wars people that went there just because it was Star Wars. The people sitting behind us didn't know anything about baseball. They didn't even know how to pronounce any of the players' names on the team. Like they were annoying. It was like I can't. It was like the blind leading the blind because you had another idiot that didn't know what was going on trying to explain to the other idiot that was asking the questions. Well, why don't they just run? Why don't they keep running? Well, they're not allowed to just run whenever the fuck they want. They got to wait for the ball to be hit. Like, fuck are you like? I think she called McCutcheon. Like the simplest name she was fucking up. And they were dressed up. They were dressed up. Like that's not. This isn't a red carpet event. At Cinemark. Like
It's
this is
not
a
calling the
pirate
public,
game. You show up with your pirate gear on and you call it a day.
right?
If you're a crazy Yinzer, you show up to Steelers shit at any sporting event and you don't fucking care. Like
What? Yeah, and that's crazy. And that's like any sporting event.
they wear Steelers shit.
Yes, crazy.
Go to a pit game, they wearing Steeler gear. Well, we're in Acrisure, so
Yeah, it's
it's
like
Steeler
I've
home.
seen it. I've
But it's
seen it.
like I'm like, how? Why? I don't. So we avoid Star Wars Day. So now it's a yearly thing. They do Major League Baseball does Star Wars Day throughout the Major League Baseball. All the teams do it, and we've avoided it. But it just so happens that they got tickets for Saturday
On the 4th of May.
on the 4th of May.
Yeah, yeah. I will be sitting here watching the WWE in France at 1 o'clock.
Well, that I can watch that too. I can't until later.
I was like, yeah. Then I'll probably, watch On Patrol. You know,
Do your thing.
yeah, my thing.
Is
Kind of.
the wifey coming over?
Yeah, yeah. She's feeling slightly better. Uh, so she's recovering really good. She'll be down here. Um, probably Saturday before the pay per view starts. Um,
I hear these two have become fucking chatty Cathys all of a sudden.
yeah, what do you know? I mean, between she's been around quite some time now. That I think she's kind of got a following. Between your wife, my other bestie, you know, she's starting to make moves. My mother, you know, I think she's pretty much solidified she's here.
Sister.
You know, no,
Oh, come on.
no, ain't got. It doesn't have either one of them.
Oh,
No,
she really want to surprise me. Let me. She's hanging out.
I mean, it's good. Like, I'm glad that she has certain people to talk to, and besides like myself and of course her mom and her friends, like mine are reaching out
I,
and making
I
sure
mean, I
she's
have to talk to
okay.
you once a week, and I get tired of talking to you, so I can only imagine how she
I don't
feels.
even know fucking why we do this. I mean, goddamn,
That's what I'm saying.
shit fucking be annoying me already. But no, like she had like some complications with like one of her incision, but that's fine. Everything's healing fine, and like she was refusing to take her oxycodone or whatever to you know. I mean, I get that too. I mean, not I don't know in particularly her case, but nobody really wants to get addicted to pain pills.
I don't
All
like taking them. I mean, I've never had major surgery, but I've had some. Well, especially like when my back blows out, they're like, "Oh, here's some pain meds." I'm like, "No, no, put that shit back. I ain't taking it."
I will.
The most I've ever taken is a muscle relaxer, and even that I take the lowest dose. I'm like, "Give me the tiniest bit of it,"
And then you pass the fuck out.
and then I'm sleeping.
You're
Well,
dead to the world.
we've learned that if I take like the tiniest, like so the lowest dose, and then I split that in half,
Yeah.
I'm okay. But even if I take the whole lowest dose, I'm out.
Well, that's what David told her to do is not take a whole one, take like a half of one. But I
Yeah.
think at the same time, like she was more regressed about like she's not really eating anything.
Hmm.
So, the premises of like a painkiller is to eat something and take something. So I felt bad. It's making her nauseous. But then like her doctor says like it's kind of goes hand in hand with, her having surgery. So, but then she's like, I'm in a lot of pain and it hurts. And I'm just like, look, if you're going to have like a protein shake or something, drop the pill in it. Like it dissolves or just like slug it down. And then like your belly really won't know it's in there.
Yeah.
Try to like trick your belly. So, but I'm glad she finally took one. And, I am glad she's doing okay. And I'm glad she'll be here this weekend. So it'll be nice to see her and everything. Like I said, everything's
We're
working out
breaking
great.
tradition. Wrestling pay-per-views. You guys we've done our thing, but you won't. There's,
I'm gonna be right. I haven't seen her
well,
in two
I guess
weeks. I want to be
we didn't do what was the one that was in the morning? The Australia one.
the first one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Elimination Chamber. We didn't do that one.
Can you imagine being there at 4 in the morning? Hey, everybody! Like nobody,
What was
nobody.
the first one she came down for? Was that Rumble?
Yeah, yeah,
Huh.
yeah. I think.
I think so too. Because then February was Perth, which
Yeah,
we didn't do. They didn't do one in March because then we had
Mania.
Mania, and that was 2 nights. She was here for 2 nights.
Now we're doing Backlash in France at 1 o'clock.
Yeah, and then what's after that? Money in the Bank.
Think so. I don't know.
We'll have to see. We'll figure it
I,
out.
I don't know. Um, I guess we're here. I wasn't really thrilled about the draft. Like you kind of like nothing excited me about it. The only thing that
No.
excited me about it was Braun Strowman came back. I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I didn't even watch it for the like. I watched Friday, and then I watched last night, but it wasn't even like I watched them specifically. Like, oh, the draft's on. I gotta watch the draft. Like, it's not like again the NFL draft was on. Like, that's more
Yeah,
of a spectacle to watch. Wrestling draft isn't. It's just a way for them to move some people between the two rosters.
right. But in a sense, they really don't even move anybody really. You know what I mean? Like
No,
you
they
kind
don't,
of
and that's what they were talking about that today on McAfee. Uh, on his show, and he was saying like it's kind of a mind game because it's like not only are you just trying to draft, you're trying to get the best wrestlers, but you also have to save your like you have to draft your own people to keep them from being taken by the other side.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like you said, a lot of times it's like a bunch of guys don't or girls don't move. They stay on the
Right.
same show just because. But I mean, it is what it is. I
There was
mean,
like, I mean, a couple things stood out. I like that Carmelo went to like Smack. Like, it's not even that they went to like the brands like Raw or SmackDown. It's the fact they got called up. It's the fact that I like that Carmelo came up. Blair Davenport showed up.
yeah,
Uh, what's her name? Elsa Dawn or Issa Dawn. Her and her girl came up. Like, it was cool to see that. That's all right. You know what I mean? Like, even Dragunov, I'm not really a big fan of his,
I'm not either.
but like, I feel like he would be great with Imperium,
Yeah, which could happen
which
now that
could now that
they kicked
Vinci's
out
gone.
Da Vinci.
Yeah.
Yeah, which
So,
I thought he would maybe interfere in that match last night.
as did I, but then like, here we are with the draft. You know, I mean, again, it was cool. I think Braun got a fucking sweet pop. Like that was real nice. And
That
then,
dude,
dude, I
I
don't
didn't know
know,
he could get bigger.
right? Like, yeah. But what I want to address is I don't know if it's a shoot, but JD McDonough.
No, that was so okay. Let's talk about it.
Yeah,
'Cause that was
let me talk to
let me listen. Show thoughts. What do you want to talk about? Listen,
you.
I'm telling you now. So they brought it again. The last like half hour of McAfee they talked about WWE. Um, and they were mainly talking about how Strowman came back and the whole interaction with him and P Holmes, out in the crowd or whatever. But then that led to the whole JD McDonough thing. JD posted it on his Instagram. So if you go to his Instagram, you can see it. Pat described it the best way I feel anybody could have described it. It is literally Ace Ventura. When Jim Carrey got punched so he could count the diamonds embedded in his forehead,
Oh yeah,
dude, the line of diamonds is in JD's forehead from all three rings.
so that's legit
His head is purple. Like Logan Paul actually fucking punched him
with those rings.
with those rings.
Dude, when they showed his face backstage with the Judgment Day, and you see fucking and Priest is like, oh God. Like
Yeah.
basically,
And then they went out and had that match at the end of the night.
yeah.
The sixth, and I didn't notice it. Like I didn't realize it was the same thing. But McAfee said that he got kicked. He got, I guess, super kicked twice in that same spot.
Bruh.
Like he's concussed probably today.
Yeah, he's fucking definitely in a hurt feast
But
for
yeah,
sure.
if you go to his Instagram, he posted a picture of him sitting in like the trainer's room, and it was purple, and you could count the fucking diamonds from the ring on his forehead.
Dude, when he pulled the towel with the ice away from it,
Yeah,
when he pulled it away, dude, Finn Balor's face is fucking priceless.
yeah,
Finn's like, fuck. Like, Finn's like, God damn.
dude. How
Like,
about one of my favorite parts of that whole thing? I mean, I love the fact that Braun came back that way, or well, not that way, but just Braun coming back. But after Logan punches him and he's laid out, and him and Finn are like, and then Jay comes in the middle and he's like, bro. And then the way Finn dabs him up, like, you what the hell? Like, and then they realize like it's Jay. Like,
it's
that
Jay.
was such a good comedic. But to be
Dude,
honest, I thought we were gonna get No Yeet come out and help his brother.
I mean, I do too, but I don't, not yet. Not yet.
Yeah, there's still more to that bloodline story. They gotta
Yeah, we're not done there either.
because they still gotta introduce Jacob Fatu also.
Yep. And
Because
then,
he's been there with them. He's been at the arenas.
yeah, right?
Like he's signed.
He'll pop up. Like they just got to let the story cook some more.
Yeah, figure out how. I mean, get Roman back, and now Roman will be a face again instead of a heel.
Yeah,
Which, to be honest, though, I think he's better as a heel.
he's fantastic as a heel.
Yeah, so we'll
That's
see.
why it worked for what 1,316 days or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
but
works.
yeah,
Believe
I mean,
me.
it was all right. It was an all right Raw. I mean that Gunther Xavier Woods match was fucking. Xavier took a fucking beating,
Um, CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. Like,
bro. And that's the thing is like, I'm glad that even with the injury, they still kept CM Punk relevant
yeah.
because again, like you might not like the guy and there his past with the company and everything, but the dude's always been good on the mic.
Oh, dude, he's one of the fucking greats.
He's so good with it, and I mean, just like when he was up in the suite, and he was like, "I'm up here, bitch." I was like,
Yeah, I loved
"Yes."
it. I was like, okay.
And then he did the dude, and then he gave a little throwback. He sat in the middle of the ring, just like
Yeah.
he sat at the top of the ramp when he got fired.
Yep. I loved it.
He was like, "Pat, run the timer. What do we got? 5 minutes and whatever seconds. That's how
It
long
was,
Drew was the champion."
he said, like, he's like, yeah, I'm the best on commentary. He's like, no offense to you, Pat or Michael.
Yeah,
But, uh,
that's
speaking of
that's
Punk,
good. I think they. I guess if he get cleared, I think they have pay per view coming up in over. See, I know that they'll be in a saw. That's what's after Backlash is. So,
Crown Jewel.
yeah, where they did King of the Ring
So that'll be another 1 o'clocker.
probably.
Yeah.
Don't isn't Backlash in not Backlash Money in the Bank? Isn't that like in Drew's area or what? They're going back to Drew's home. I thought
Yeah,
maybe.
that's right. They're doing Clash at the Castle.
Oh yeah, Clash of the Castle.
Yeah, that's
I don't
fucking
know if
cool.
they'd wait that long though. I mean, again, I don't know how much longer
Punk needs to
Punk's,
heal.
yeah, whatever his medical clearance is. But then,
But,
bro, and then he was like, "I hurt my elbow." He's like, "Fuck your elbow."
right? But speaking of Punk, did you see Tony Khan at the fucking draft
Oh yeah, what is
with his
they
fucking neck
they
brace
called him
on?
out on it. They called him out on it there. Like if you're gonna if you're gonna shoot a neck injury, don't turn your fucking head
Don't
in the
exactly. Don't turn your fucking neck. Like,
like you
oh,
gotta you gotta play like if you're gonna play it up right. Like that was so piss poor.
right. I that fall of or who killed WCW link that I sent you today.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be pretty cool.
That's gonna be great. Like Vice has been on fucking fire lately. Like
I have a feeling.
tonight's. Oh,
I have a feeling we'll see an AEW one soon. Who killed
well,
AEW?
in the comments today on Instagram, it said Tony Khan should watch this and figure out what the fuck you're doing
Yeah,
because, like, I mean, we we've rarely touched on it here, but like I know off air like we've did it, but like at first it came out and it was firing on all cylinders, but now like there's no storyline, there's no depth, there's no like, you know what I mean? It's like
and they have too many belts. Like I can't keep track. Like I don't watch it faithfully. I watch it here and there. Um, and that's because I'm like I can't. There's too many groups, like too many cliques. Like okay, WWE has cliques. Like you got the LWO, you got Judgment Day, you had. I mean, I guess you could say like New Day when there was the three of them. Like the Bloodline. You have a few clicks, and clicks are to me are like three or more people.
well, yeah, because you
I
have
mean, 'cause, like
also have like
I mean,
you have Lashley's too,
you'll
and
have tag teams, which you know, okay, that's just a tag team. Well, yeah, the Lashley, whatever they're. Oh, and then well, the other one they're feuding with
Arian.
Harrian's team. Okay, so they have a few, but they keep them. I feel evenly divided between the two shows. Like, you know what I mean? That they do a
They
good
have
job with it.
too much shit going on one show and then you go to Collision, and it's like it's not spaced. Like, you
No,
know what I mean? It's not.
it's too hard to like keep up with. Like, I'm like, who the fuck this group? Who's that group? Like,
Yeah.
and I think part of the problem was is because they were, especially like at first. I mean, even at first, it was still like you said, it was done tastefully, like not tastefully, but done well. They were just whoever WWE was releasing, it was like, oh, you guaranteed they're going to be on AEW.
Hmm.
But then they went and signed that like two-way deal with New Japan. Then they signed the thing with Ring of Honor or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I think he bought it.
yeah, that's what I mean. Like they've acquired such a large roster, and it's just like, you know, even with WWE, okay, they have NXT, but for the most part, they try to keep that separate. You know, like that's their minor leagues. That's where they draft from. I mean, yeah,
Right.
you see some of the main eventers go down,
Yeah.
but it's sometimes maybe to get some work in or to help build a story for somebody that is going to be coming up, you know. But it's just like with AEW, like I don't know who's with what, who has what. There's so many fucking titles, so many titles.
Right.
So I gave up. Like I said, I quit watching it. Like if I come across it and there's nothing else on, I'll be like, oh, let me check it out. But I seriously will probably get through a match or two, be confused, and then I shut it off.
I do the same thing. Like if Brandy's here and I'll put on like Collision on a Saturday, and she'll either be reading or pissing around on her phone, and she'll like look up and see it's wrestling, and I'll see she's like we she's caught the bug. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? And she'll look, and I'm like, no, you're not interested in this one. Like this one's not that interesting. Believe me. Like it's really not.
yeah. It's just too much. It's gotten to be too much. You know, as the old analogy would say, there's too many cooks in the kitchen. Like they got way too much going on, and I can't.
There's way too much shit. And
Yeah,
did you
like
see that WWE did that? What is it? The one on Twitter or X, the speed title.
oh yeah, the speed thing. But it's just
Yeah,
what it's just one match, and that's it. That's the whole. I guess the whole point of it is to see if you could have a match in like 3 minutes or something.
something like that. But there's a title for it now,
Oh, I didn't know there was a title
and
involved.
I was like,
Well, I mean, that's like, I mean, they had the 24/7 title. That one was
but
the best though.
I mean, there was a story behind it. Like, dude, our truth made the 24/7 championship. Like that's
And now
his.
he's tag champ,
Now he's tag champ with fucking Miz. But
cutting deals with Chad Gable.
dude, I'm fucking.
He's like, it's the draft tonight. You think I could get drafted by the Chiefs? Miz was like, it ain't that kind of draft. He's like, you might have to go out there and talk to Holmes. All right, let's go. Like,
Dude, I'm telling you, man. Like that dude is a fucking national treasure.
he
I
is.
swear.
It's the greatest.
He makes me laugh like uncontrollably. Like it's just the random shit
Yeah.
he does. I absolutely fucking love it. Um,
Getting wrestlers confused.
oh, dude.
Like, he's the one that pretty much got DIY to use the Degeneration X gear. Like,
Yes, that's what made my fucking day. Especially when Triple H was giving them the new titles. He was like, "I see you, Tomasa Ciampa.
yeah. He's like, you're a magician.
You're a magician." Shit.
Uh, yeah,
Ah,
I mean, WWE is, and it's going to be hard to compete with WWE, and who knows what the future looks like. But for the current timing, I mean, I would even say the rest of this year, the rest of 2024, it's going to be hard for any wrestling promo to keep up with them. Like, they're on a run right now.
right. They have entirely not not to say it too much, but they have it. But they do. They have entirely too much shit going on. That's more positive than negative. And
Yeah.
they're coming out of this whole McMahon nonsense pretty fucking good, in my opinion. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, yeah, like the venues are a little like smaller, like it's not as grand, but it's to fit more people in the seats. That's like Triple H has a vision for what the fuck he's doing.
Yeah, and the thing
So
is he's willing to adapt. Like, Yeah, he wants to go smaller, but I could also see that if they realize it's not working, he has no problem changing.
He'll easily revert back to what worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but AEW is a fucking oh god,
I
Jesus.
I gave up on it a while ago.
No, I was like, and it doesn't even captivate me to go in there. Like, I love Britt Baker. I love Britt Baker, and that was the only reason why I'd watch. And I love Adam Cole too. But if they're not on the fucking TV, I don't give a fuck.
And that's the thing. I could see and it's happening. I mean, I think Cody opened the door for AEW staff, like, or wrestlers, whatever roster. Like, they realize, like, oh, we can go. Like, if you're somebody like a top bill, like Adam Cole, they could easily bring him back and put him in some kind of even if it's not a main, like the world title or the WWE title, but like you could put him in a US title run, you could put him in an intercontinental run, like,
Yep.
or get him, bring over somebody with him and make them a tag team, and boom, you put them in a tag run. Like, Adam Cole would come back and sell in WWE. And I think a lot of the guys are realizing that because of what Cody did. Like, Cody was like, it wasn't like he just bailed and would like went over here and became, just
Right.
another WWE. I mean, Cody is killing it.
Cody has put that fucking work in. Like,
And it's
for
like, and
sure.
Triple H and them are putting him everywhere. Like, he's, even, I guess the stuff they said will kick in next week, but like, even now, like, he was still traveling back and forth between both shows, like, every week. Yeah, Roman did it, but Roman did it whenever he felt like showing up. And I get it, that was part of the gimmick or whatever, but Cody's everywhere. He's doing both live shows. He's doing every non, just house show.
Yep. He's doing press events. He's doing every fucking thing.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, so I think again, it might open some guys' eyes over in AEW. Like, fuck, we shouldn't have left. Like, yeah, you were probably pissed because you left because Vince pissed you off,
Yep.
or you got let go because Vince just fucking let go of people.
Right.
So it's
Like,
like that era's gone now. Like, you get like, I mean, they don't want to call it the Triple H era, but like they're in this new era, whatever it's going to be called, and it's like I think guys are probably like maybe pissed they did. Like, fuck, I shouldn't. I probably should have stuck it out, got through whatever dumb shit they wanted me to do, and now I could be a top guy in WWE.
I don't know. I don't. That
Now,
to
and I'm
give.
not saying all of them, but there are certain guys over there
Yeah. I
in,
mean,
in
well,
AEW, like MJF. Like, I mean, I know he wasn't a WWE guy to begin with, but like he comes over, dude,
oh
he'll
fuck.
be somebody.
Right. That's what I want. That's what I want.
Chanting for at WrestleMania.
Yeah, they were chanting for him hardcore. Like, one thing that wouldn't have worked would have been like Keith Lee's bear thing or whatever. Like
Yeah,
that didn't work for me. And then like they could bring back so many people if they really wanted to. You could bring back Adam Cole. You could bring back the Undisputed Era. You could bring back FTR, Keith Lee,
yeah,
Swerve. Nah, I don't know because Swerve's a champ. I don't think
yeah.
Jericho would come back.
Nah, I mean,
You know.
there's some guys. That, yeah, like I said, I don't think everybody like Edge. I mean, like they're gonna get a pop. Like, if any, like even if Jericho came back, they're gonna get that pop. Especially a guy like Jericho, just because of like what Rock and Cena and some of these guys from the Attitude Era have
Yeah.
come back and done. Stone Cold, Undertaker. Like, they make these little appearances and come back. And so if Jericho was to come back, even if it was for just like a Cena short story little thing, dude, he'd get a pop. Like, that place would go, arena would go nuts.
Oh yeah.
If you just get the fucking Jericho countdown on on the fucking,
Fuck yeah, dude.
dude, he
Absolutely.
gets the fucking, he's got the glow
It
leather
has to be the
jacket
glow
on.
jacket, bro.
Like, he would get a pop, and it's like, but because he's an older guy and, you know I want to say health a little bit, like, You couldn't do anything. You're not giving him a title. Like you're not putting him up
No,
against Cody or something. You know what I mean? Which that
no,
would be sweet though. Those two for their history with AEW. Like,
right. And
but
then
it's
like
just like I think you could, but it's just it's just crazy the way that like AEW just. I mean, and nobody thought that it would be able to do anything, and now
right,
they're. I mean, it is. I'll give it its due. It's huge, but it's too huge.
right. It's not managed well at all.
No.
But like it's even so bad when even Kenny Omega's like, oh, I guess they want me to show up, so I'll show up.
Yeah,
Yeah, and he like I would fucking I just would love for the WWE to get him.
he's
Like that's
been
all I've been wanting.
he's another one that everybody like anytime his like contract's up, it's rumored he's gonna come, but he never does like and I think that's part of the problem was is whenever Khan did that deal with New Japan and Omega he has a hard time letting go of New Japan because that's pretty much where I mean
That's
he
where
got
he
it.
was like made, yeah.
Yeah, like so it's like I think for him like that's I think if he left AEW, I think he knew that he wouldn't be able to ever go back to New Japan and ever do anything with them because they would hold a grudge against them and be jerks about it.
Right.
So I think for him, it's just more of a like an emotional connection that he keeps.
Oh, for sure.
Um, but I mean, he's another one. He would do quite well in WWE.
Oh my god, he'd do fantastic. Like
Yeah,
I could see him doing nothing but skyrocket the fuck up.
yeah.
Like, dude, I would love to see, of course, I mean, I've seen him and Cody, but I'd love to see him and Reigns. Oh my god. That would fucking make my day.
Dude, or you get him and Seth.
Yes. Him and Seth. MJF and The Miz is one I would love to see.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
I would love to see I would love to see MJF and CM Punk in WWE,
Yeah,
not in AEW. Um, some others. I would like to see MJF and Roman. That would be cool because they're both fucking really good heels.
yeah.
So I don't know how that would all pertain. I could see MJF and Kevin Owens.
Here's my thing. What kind of blew me a little bit was
You went to BJ's and you got a little blown.
I did the they were the rumor was is that Braun was going to be coming back with the whole Uncle Howdy Wyatt situation, but he showed up last night. So it's like I don't know, like like I don't know what's going on now.
I don't know, but there was another QR code.
Yeah. Oh, I watched this thing on YouTube. This British guy. He broke down some of the clues. I don't think he was up to like the past week worth of clues, but he had everything from dude. He actually started with the Bray documentary and what happened at the end of that.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you know that saw this. He had the footage. I mean, I guess it's out there if you dig for it at WWE. What was it called? WWE or World, that fan fest thing they did for
Yeah.
WrestleMania. So they had that Q&A thing where they had Bo and his dad and the their buddy that did all the costume work, the
Yeah. Yeah.
Pittsburgh
Yeah.
guy. So they had that Q&A thing. What they in WWE show, I guess they're what WWE filmed that and put it out there. But there was a fan that recorded there was like a dark match type of like something that happened off camera. So at the end of the documentary, whenever they do like that end credit scene where the lantern turns back on,
Yep.
it's longer. There's more to it.
Like what's left of it.
So the light turns on, and you notice how the camera was like zooming in and looking through the lantern? Uncle Howdy's like profile shows up like a shadow in, like through it, like on the other side of it, and then the camera pans back out, and it like starts to move to the like left, I guess it is, of the lantern, and Uncle Howdy picks his hat back up and puts it on his head and walks away.
Huh.
I was like, son of a bitch. Like,
I was like, I mean, that's great. Just fucking show up now.
well, they're obviously they're doing like the whole like when Bray came back, the whole White Rabbit. This
Yeah.
this teaser is called the Nightbird. Because if you watch any of the clues, there's like that crow.
Yeah.
That's called the Nightbird, and that's the name of the song that everybody has been posting. They play in the arena during like commercials or whatever.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
The song's called Nightbird, and it's an old song. The ladies that sang it, I guess, is dead. She's like an old, like a 50, it's like an old 50s song or something. She recorded it, but it was never released. This is a weird. This dude broke down some shit. Like it's crazy. If I still have it in my thing, I'll like send you the link. This is how in depth this dude was. So that song's called Nightbirds, got the crow, and like I said, it's an old song that was never released. And then like her family or the like whoever it is that owns it, like Universal Records or whatever, released it. That song got released in 2019 when Bray made one of his debuts. So like this
Hmm.
dude is tying every little thing back to that they're doing with these teasers back to Bray, and which we all like think, have a hunch is going to happen. Like there's so much in there that they're tying to Alexa.
Yeah. I'm wondering that too. Because, I
So
mean,
they think his theory is from the way he was picking up on the clues, it's not so much that we're going to get Uncle Howdy come back. Like we're not going to see that, maybe that set they were using with the door that opens and, Uncle Howdy comes out. We're going to get a deranged Alexa come back and she's going to like summon Uncle Howdy.
howdy.
So, but then it's like, but then they were still saying they were still going forward with the Wyatt Six promo that they were going to do before Bray passed away, which would have included Braun. Like you said, what's his name? They were trying to talk him into coming back.
Um. Oh my God.
I just call him Redbeard all the time.
Oh,
Um,
Eric Rowan.
yeah, Eric Rowan. And then obviously Bo's going to be in it, and then Alexa, and then I don't know if we've talked about it on here. I think me and you have though talked about it. Is again we were just talking about AEW and old WWE people. Matt Hardy's leaving AEW, and they think that he's going to bring his broken character, and they're going to use it in the Wyatt and add him to the Wyatt story
Well, I mean, I,
because
I'm excited.
he's another one that he's getting old. He probably should be retired. Like just because
Right?
of all this shit he puts his body through, like him and his brother, like all the Hardy Boy shit they did back in the day, like they put their bodies through hell. But it's just like I think that he would do well in a group, kind of like I mean with AEW he had I think he's a guy that's like it's hard to sell him as a single wrestler, but if you
Yeah.
put him with a group, I think he'll be okay.
Right.
Because then you don't got to rely solely on him as much.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So I don't know. We'll see. Like, and it's kind of like the Bray thing when he was coming back with the Uncle Howdy character. Like, come on, like, how many times are we gonna get these clues? Like, and then you're getting to big points where it's like, okay, they could have had Alexa come back because they were in Ohio. And it's like, I highly doubt they're going to do France. They're not going to do it overseas.
Right.
But then again, who knows? Triple H might fuck us all up.
That's true, man. I mean, the shit might start ending, the credits come up, and all of a sudden the fucking door opens again.
Yeah. And that's the thing, too, is I feel like I don't think they're going to have it happen on Raw or SmackDown. Like, again, I feel like just like when Bray came back, like, it was at the end of Extreme Rules. Like,
Yep.
it's got to be a premium event.
It'll be one of those trips things, just like it fucking CM Punk was.
See? Now you're buffering.
It's a buffering night, bro. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. I guess like before, I gotta wait and see.
Yeah,
That's the
right.
thing. Like they pop up on screen. I don't even scan them. I wait until somebody put on Twitter.
Yeah,
Give me the break. I ain't figuring it out.
right. Well, if anybody
The
sees us
the,
buffering back and
the
forth or
last
whatever,
ones was cool though because I don't know if you saw the last ones had. We assume with Howdy, he left a note at a front door of a house, and it was like, "Remember who you are."
yeah,
And you figured that's when they were in Alexa's hometown. So was he at Alexa's front door?
maybe if he wants to be a fucking pervert.
The creeper. Yeah, the fuzz called on him. I mean, LA
Yeah,
Knight had the fuzz called on him. He was at the front door
he did. Maybe he was fucking Uncle Howdy's out there playing fucking bum bachelorette.
playing Jeepers Creepers.
It might be. I mean, he could. That'd be awesome. Fucking Holocaust.
Like, let me see those papers.
Yeah, right. Oh my god. Well, that'll end up doing it for this week's episode. If we are buffering, let us know. We'll fix it. We don't. We'll figure it out. I mean, we won't
Xander,
fix it on this episode. We're just the Matrix is one just wants their ship back. Apparently,
Xander will fix it.
he probably would. Um, but that's all it is. It's just we're simulations. That's all it is. It's just the Matrix. It just didn't want us to talk about certain things, and it's starting to cancel us. So the Matrix has us now. Sorry,
The government.
it's the fucking government. Goddamn commies. But as always, we'll be back next week. I'm not giving you what day it is. We're just going to be back. All
Yeah.
right. People have things going on in their lives. We have shit going on. All right. Well, we'll till next week. You see the little socials on the bottom of the ticker here. I don't got to do that no more. That's great. I love it. And we'll see you next time. Of course, I'm the Big Show. That's Big E. And we'll see you next week.
Later.
Later.